Okay, real talk. If you're over 60 right now, there's a very good chance you're sitting there thinking, man, I wish someone had told me that in my 50s. And if you're in your 50s right now, congratulations, you are exactly on time. Because what I'm about to share with you is basically a cheat code, a time machine, a GPS for the decade that decides everything. We track down the most common regrets from seniors across the country, and we turn them into your roadmap, so you don't have to learn the hard way. These are the 10 things seniors wish they had done differently in their 50s. And trust me, number 6 is going to make you put down your phone, sit up straight, and say, oh no. But before we dive in, drop your age in the comments right now. No judgment, we're all friends here. I reply to every single one. All right, number 10. And this one stings a little.
Hey, quick heads up. Every single tip in this video is backed by real research. So buckle up, because your future self is about to thank you. Let's get into it.
Number 10. They stopped moving their body and acted surprised when their body stopped working. Look, we get it. Life in your 50s is busy. Work, family, Netflix just dropped another season of something. We understand. But here's the cold, hard truth. After 50, you lose up to 3% of your muscle mass every single year if you do nothing about it. That's not just about fitting into your jeans. That's about being able to get off the floor if you fall, carry your groceries, play with your grandkids without needing a nap afterward. The seniors who regret this the most aren't the ones who miss the gym. They're the ones who miss their grandchild's first soccer game because their knees had other plans. Don't be that grandparent. Move your body, even a little, every single day. Okay, so we've covered the body. But what about what's going on upstairs? Because number 9 is the one nobody wants to admit they need, and almost everyone ignored. Number 9. They pushed through stress, anxiety, and sadness and called it strength. Spoiler alert, it wasn't strength. It was just quiet damage. Your 50s can hit hard emotionally. Career shifts, empty nest syndrome, losing parents, and most people, especially the guys watching this, just bottle it up, slap on a smile, and keep going. But here's what that bottled up stress is actually doing to your body. Chronic stress raises cortisol, which damages your heart, tanks your immune system, and, brace yourself, accelerates brain aging. The seniors who thrived, they asked for help. They talked to someone. They made peace with their past in their 50s so they could actually enjoy their future. Therapy isn't weakness, it's maintenance. You service your car every 5,000 miles. Your brain deserves at least that. Speaking of things we ignore, number 8 is something you do every single night. And most of you are doing it completely wrong. Your pillow is not your friend. Let me explain. Number 8. They treated sleep like a luxury, a reward, something you earn after a productive day. Wrong. Sleep is not a reward. Sleep is biological maintenance, and skipping it is like skipping oil changes and wondering why your engine blew up. Research shows that poor sleep in your 50s is linked to a 40% higher risk of dementia later in life. 40%. Your brain literally uses sleep to flush out toxic waste, the same waste that builds up and causes Alzheimer's. So every time you stay up late binge-watching TV, you are essentially telling your brain, nah, keep the trash, we're good. Put the phone down, go to sleep. Your future brain will write you a thank you note. Okay, so we've talked about your body, your mind, your sleep, but what about the people in your life? Because number 7 is a quiet epidemic that nobody talks about, and it might be the most dangerous thing on this entire list.
We're halfway through, and it only gets more real from here. If this is hitting home, share this video with someone in their 50s. You might just change their life. Now back to it.
Number 7. They let their friendships quietly disappear and didn't realize how lonely they'd become until it was too late. In your 50s, friendships require effort. People move, schedules get complicated, and slowly the calls get shorter, the meetups stop, And before you know it, your social life is just you, your couch, and whatever's on Channel 4. Here's why this is actually a health emergency. A study that followed people for over 80 years, found that the single greatest predictor of a long, happy life wasn't money, wasn't fitness, wasn't even genetics. That's it. That's the secret to a long life. Call your friends. Show up. Be the one who reaches out first. Build your tribe before you need it. Because a life without people in it isn't really living. It's just existing in a very quiet house. All right, we need to talk about money. Because number 6 is the one that makes financial advisors lose sleep. And it's the mistake that almost half of all seniors over 55 are making right now. Half. Number 6, they ignored their finances and assumed retirement would just figure itself out. It won't. It never does. And this is the one that almost everyone gets completely wrong. Here's the stat that should make you put down your coffee. Nearly 50% of Americans over 55 have less than $50,000 saved for retirement. $50,000. That's not retirement money. That's a used car and a very stressful Tuesday. The seniors who are comfortable today, who travel, who give to their grandkids, who don't panic when the water heater breaks, they got serious about money in their 50s. Not their 60s, not their 70s, their 50s. It is not too late, but the clock is ticking louder than you think. Talk to a financial advisor. Open that account. Make the plan. Do it this week. Now I know what you're thinking. I feel fine. I don't need a doctor. And that right there, that sentence has ended more lives than you'd believe. Number 5 is why. Number 5, they avoided the doctor because they were terrified of what they might find out. Classic move. If I don't look at the problem doesn't exist. Works great for emails, terrible for your heart. Here's the thing about the conditions that kill seniors most. Heart disease, diabetes, certain cancers. They don't hurt until it's too late. They are silent. They are patient. And they are waiting. One 71-year-old man skipped his annual checkup for 4 years because he felt great. When he finally went, early-stage colon cancer, caught just in time. He told us, "That appointment saved my life. I almost didn't go." Prevention is always, always cheaper than treatment. In money, in time, and in years of your life. Book the appointment. Go. Even if you feel fine, especially if you feel fine. Okay, your body is moving. Your mind is healthy. You're sleeping. You've got friends. Your money's sorted. You've seen the doctor. But what about your brain? Because number 4 is the habit that separates the sharp 80-year-olds from the ones who can't remember where they put their keys. Again, we're in the home stretch. And the last 4, these are the ones that hit the deepest. Don't go anywhere. Number 1 especially, it's gonna stay with you. Number 4, they stopped challenging their brain, and their brain took the hint and started slowing down. Here's something wild. Every time you learn something new, a language, an instrument, how to use TikTok without your grandkids' help, your brain builds brand new neural connections. Scientists call this neuroplasticity, which is a fancy way of saying your brain can literally grow and rewire itself at any age. But when every day looks exactly the same, when you stop challenging yourself, those connections weaken. And the research is clear. Mental inactivity in your 50s is one of the strongest predictors of cognitive decline later. Pick up something new, learn a language, take a class, start a hobby that makes you feel slightly ridiculous. That slight ridiculousness, that's your brain growing. We've talked about your brain, your body, your bank account. But number 3 is about something even more important than all of that. The people sleeping under the same roof as you. And this one gets uncomfortable. Number 3, they took the people closest to them completely for granted, and some of those relationships never recovered. Your 50s are a turning point for marriages and family bonds. The kids leave, the routine disappears, and suddenly, couples who haven't invested in each other realize they've been living with a very familiar stranger. The seniors with the most joy in their later years aren't the richest or the healthiest. They're the ones who had the hard conversations in their 50s, who repaired what was broken before it became permanent. Is there someone you've been meaning to call, to forgive, to say I love you to, and actually mean it? Do it. Not someday, today. Because hospital rooms have a way of forcing conversations that could have happened years earlier and didn't. All right, we are almost at number 1. But first, number 2 is the one your taste buds are not going to like. Because what you're eating in your 50s is either building your future or quietly burning it down. Number 2, they kept eating the way they always had, completely ignoring the fact that their body had fundamentally changed. What worked in your 30s and 40s doesn't work anymore. Your metabolism has slowed, inflammation has increased, and those foods you've eaten your whole life, some of them are quietly damaging your heart, your joints, and your brain. Research from Harvard Medical School shows that seniors who shifted to an anti-inflammatory diet in their 50s reduced their risk of heart disease by 31%, cognitive decline by 28%, and lived an average of 3 years longer. 3 years, just from eating differently. That's 3 more summers, 3 more Christmases, 3 more years of being here. This isn't about dieting. It's not about deprivation. It's about fueling the body you want to live in for the next 30 years. Treat it accordingly. And now, the number 1 regret. The one I hear more than any other. The one that makes grown adults tear up when they talk about it. This is number 1, and I need you to really hear this. Number 1, they waited. They waited to travel, waited to start the business, waited to say I love you, waited to forgive, waited to chase the dream they'd been quietly carrying since they were 30 years old. They told themselves, when the kids are grown, when I retire, when I have more money, when the time is right. And then one day, they looked up and the window had closed. Not because life ended, but because the energy wasn't there anymore. The body couldn't keep up. The people they wanted to share it with were gone. The seniors with the fewest regrets are not the wealthiest. They are not the healthiest. They are the ones who showed up for their own life while they still could. Your 50s are not the beginning of the end. They are, if you choose, the beginning of everything. So what are you waiting for? That's the list. 10 regrets, 10 lessons, and 0 excuses. Now I want to hear from you. Which one hit hardest? And what's the one thing you're going to do differently, starting today? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. If this video helped you, share it. Send it to someone in their 50s who needs to hear it. You might just change their entire trajectory. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll see you in the next one. Stay bold, stay curious, and for the love of everything, stop waiting. Thanks for watching. If you got value from this, the next video is already waiting for you. Click it. Your future self is counting on you. See you there.